I asked Muslims, since when Allah is imageless in Islam? And then here it says, but if someone still prays to idols, the Muslims, the Muhammadan, always they try to present themselves that they are people who they are don't, they are against paganism. They don't worship idols. But the fact, all of us, we knew that Muhammad, he commanded them to follow his steps by kissing the black stone, bowing down in front of a stone, believing that the stones are holy, and stones even erase your sin. But there is a question, or let us say a little topic which nobody want to talk about, or nobody maybe mention it yet. Why the Muhammadan God has 3 daughters? Now the Muslim, the Muhammadan, they will say to you, oh no, those are the Arab. They made the 3 daughters for Allah. No problem. Where are they coming from, and how come he got 3 daughters? Everything have to have an origin. How and where this is started. Do we have any Muslim can tell us? Okay, the God of the Christian, how come he don't have 3 daughters, even though the Christian believe that God has a son? So how the 3 daughters been, let us say, become like an attachment to Allah? What is the relationship? Do you think that like it's an like accident? Somebody he says there's 3 daughters, they are daughter of Allah, and then everybody follow? No. Are they really an invention, or let us say they are something new, or they are very ancient, long before Muhammad? If you do a little study, you will find that those 3 daughters, they've been exist for a long time. Mr. Sufyan saying Allah he is not have 3 daughters. Well, my friend, if okay, I understand that maybe your English is not good. My English is not good too. So don't feel bad about yourself. But I will put your answer in the screen, and then everybody will laugh. Who is a Muslim believe that Allah daughters are not exist? And based on what? Based on what? Isn't it your prophet he sent Khalid ibn Walid to kill one of the daughters of Allah, and he killed her? So how they are not exist and you killed one of Allah's daughters? Guys, do you see the stupidity? How this cult claim that Allah has no daughters, and then Muhammad he sent Ibn al-Walid to kill the daughter of Allah, and he killed her. If she is not exist, how you can kill someone is not exist? So here we need to notice then, either the Muslims are a bunch of liars like their prophet, and their prophet lie when he said that we killed the daughter of Allah, because if she doesn't exist, he's lying. How you can kill her? Where it says that? Okay. The funny is, Sufyan saying Allah curse the one who make lies. That is funny, my friend. Your God Allah, he says to you, you can even take false oath. Allah, he said in the Quran, Allah will not take you accountable to your false oath, but to your intention in your heart. So you can lie to me as much as you want, as long your intention is to defend Islam. You want me to show you the verse in the Quran? The daughters of Allah, for sure they are fiction, the same as Allah is fiction. but they are long exist before Muhammad. And if you ask the Muslims now, just to show you how old this those daughters of Allah, what is the names of the uncles of Muhammad, the family of Muhammad? The second you check the names, you will find that all of them, they have to do with the pagan religion of Muhammad. If you ask them what Abu Talib mean, what Talib mean? What Abdul Muttalib mean? Slave of Al-Muttalib. Who is Al-Muttalib? The uncle of Muhammad, his name is Abdul Uzza. Abdul Uzza, the slave of Al-Uzza. The father of Muhammad, his name is Abdullah. Yet he is not a Muslim. Abdul Kaaba. Abdul Kaaba. How you can be the slave of the Kaaba? Etc. 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 So the names of Muhammad family prove to us that all of them, they are pagan, and Muhammad himself, he changed his name. He changed his name. This is no, there's nothing. There's I saw once a Muslim, he is trying to refute me. He says, "Oh, you are saying that Muhammad, he changed his name to Muhammad, make the praise one. Well, at that time there is many people, their name is Muhammad." Well, that is false. People, they change their names after Islam to names of their choice. So some they name themselves Muhammad. Most of Muhammad new believers, they converted to Islam by the sword, and they've been enforced either by, like you have to, or voluntarily sometime, they change their names. There is a story as an example about a woman. She don't like Muhammad, but she converted to Islam. She hate Muhammad. And when Muhammad, he won the war, she started beating her idol with the hammer. But why she is beating her idol? She worshipped this idol. Because this idol did not stop Muhammad from coming and force her into Islam. I can even show you, I can find the reference. And even their book says that this woman, she converted to Islam. She been forced to convert to Islam. She been forced to convert to Islam. And now because she is so upset that a silly man like Muhammad, a false man like Muhammad, he is winning, having victory over them, and now she have to leave her God and follow the gods of Muhammad. Other God, which is even mentioned in the Quran, beside the three daughters of Allah, Naila or Naila. Who is this Naila? If you go in the Quran, you will find the Muhammadan, until now they practice very much a pagan practice about when they go to Hajj. They go between two locations, two little hills. not mountains, little hills. Each one of them has an idol. Now, for sure, the Muslim, they will say, oh, there's no idol there. No, we know. But this is what it is. And you can open the books of tafsir and you can read it. And you will notice here that there is two names. Those are names of idols. Those names have like equal names, like Isaf and Naila. Safa and al-Marwa. You ask the Muslims, okay, what is that? It says here, As-Safa and al-Marwa are among the shrines of Allah. Translation here is very funny and very stupid, using the word God. No, it doesn't say God, it says Allah. Let's change the translator. Just another idiot, like the rest of them. Maybe they are using Google to make books and sell it, and you know, the Muslim they will buy. You know, I mean, for the Arab, I mean, usually this is what we say for the Arab: all soup is shampoo. Even if it's soup, not soap. So in chapter 2, verse 158, you will notice something very funny, that As-Safa and Al-Marwa, which is two little tiny hills, not mountains, in the location of Mecca, where the Arab before Islam used to go and do their rituals. How those two places become from the ritual of Allah? You will notice here that it says, verily As-Safa and Al-Marwa are from the shrines of Allah. So it is not a sin in him who perform tawaf, going around between them. Okay, why it says not sin? It must be somebody asking, is it sin or not, right? This is exactly what happened. A huge group of the Muslims who converted to Islam, they love to practice As-Safa and Al-Marwa. And As-Safa and Al-Marwa is simply, supposedly, based on the legends, women and a man who have sex inside the Kaaba. And they have idols for them in those two locations, and they go between them, because the Kaaba always was a sexual worship arena. This is why we have the black stone in the shape of a vagina. If you go into tafsir, you will see that it says, Muhammad, he said, not me, that the black stone was whiter than milk, but the sin of mankind made it black. Okay, what make it black exactly? You go and read tafsir, it says that women who they want to have children's, they go and they touch their vagina when they have their period, and the blood in their hand, and then they place their hand inside the black stone, which is the vagina, praying to the god of the black stone to make them have babies. And this is why they used to go totally naked around the Kaaba. Totally naked. And the men, they come after the women, and they hold their penises and they insert it in the black stone to fertilize it by the blessing of the God. Here in front of us in the hadith, and this is very authentic, it says that they used to go around the Kaaba totally nude. You see, the Muslims, they talk about nudity in Europe. There's a nude beach, there's a nude club, you know. Yeah, there exists, but this is exist in Arabia a long time before those European. And this is a place of worship, and you will notice that Muhammad never mentioned one statement against it. Did you notice that the whole Quran never speak about stop going nude around the Quran, around the Kaaba? Do you notice that Muhammad never said anything about why in the world you are going nude around the Kaaba? Actually, if you read my book, Sex and Allah, you will find that Muhammad used to go and watch and enjoy watching. He never stood to say shame on you. We know the story in the Bible where Jesus, he flipped the tables of people just for buying and selling, not even in the temple. You see, the temple has many squares, like many yards, let's say. The outskirt yard, not even the inner yard, not even the one after, the outskirt yard, they were selling and buying. The Messiah was so upset and he flipped their table and he said to them, you made the house of my father a bazaar. This is Muhammad, who now he's a prophet of Allah, watching people going naked around the Kaaba, and he never opened his mouth. Never. I challenge the Muslim to tell me, to show me where Muhammad he complained about it. Any Muslim can help me? We cannot even find it in the Quran. Not a single verse coming from Allah to rebuke such a behavior. Maybe the admins can go to the Christian Prince account. We have still the chat open there. Maybe you can post what we can do so people will know. We'll take them time. Anyway, I don't care really who come or don't. Now, going back to the daughters of Allah, I'm going to open my Skype just to show you that Muslims, they have no idea what they are worshiping, what this religion is about. And if they say or they claim that Muhammad did not worship the daughters of Allah, we have a proof of that too. Muhammad himself who worshiped them. Actually, this is what the book of this guy with his name Salman Rushdie, which made the Muslims so angry, Satanic Verses about. Satanic Verses is what? Muhammad, he praised the three daughters of Allah. He said their intercession is a must. Muhammad himself, the one who the Muhammadan they claim he is against the three daughters of Allah. Do we have any Muhammadan? Feel free, my Skype is open. Now, if we go, you will see that even the Muslims, after they become Muslims now, and they are doing jihad, killing non-Muslims, they ask even Muhammad to build for them idols. So how Muhammad is against idols, yet they are asking him to build idols for them? Let me see if I can find it in English. Give me a second, hold on. Because there is no way those people, they are believers in God. They call him, even the word Tawheed mean the unities or unification of God, not unity actually, unification of gods. So yeah, you believe in Tawheed, that means you are not a monotheist. You are unifying gods. That's what the whole message of Muhammad is. He's trying to unify all the pagan gods, make them united God.